Thanks, Baker. How you doing? Man, I need the coffee bed. Oh. Yeah, Mom's 91st birthday, so party. Just a little bit. I mean, I'm gonna run the ads through 7:45. I'm gonna unbox this Off thing. We're fine.
Your repurposed
Might as well
freighter
get
drifts
started.
through space.
Thanks, man.
As you stare out at the star-flecked void, another ship comes in. Wait, is this
yeah, get
sci-fi?
some
I
stuff
thought we
done.
agreed on a World War II campaign. Oh,
Mysterious Tim is.
did we? That's cool. I can pivot. The smell of smoke curdles in your nostrils. Hold up, I thought we were prepping for a zombie apocalypse campaign.
Oh, wow. Wait, thanks, man.
All right, here's what we're doing. It's the year 3700. Humanity's elite fled to other planets long ago, taking with them all forms of advanced technology. Earth survivors scrape by with historic tools as weird phenomena plague abandoned nuclear sites. Witnesses report seeing glowing lights and the dead rising from their graves. And amidst the chaos, 3 strangers will meet in a dim bar. A veteran zombie slayer, a disgraced general out for revenge, and a space mercenary sent to investigate the power plants. Now describe your characters.
I sound tired, everyone.
How did you
going to family
do that?
events is tiring.
I have the right tools for the job.
Sorry. I'm trying to make it. We got some guests coming on, and I'll be on, so that'll be fun. Talk about deities and how creating rivalries, enemies often prove just to worship. And they go some different directions too. It'll be fun.
A story once spoken is ageless. The dungeon imagined without end. The curious are the ones most courageous. The tree that endures has to bend.
How is everyone tonight?
From stillness the mad mage is stirring.
All shoutouts are out.
From countless voices the castle takes shape. Zagig will test the enduring.
Hey, Mandy.
Those unlucky will never escape.
Yeah, isn't it? That's the kind of stuff they do, though. You know? All sorts of fun stuff there. Hey, what's up, Jimmy? Thanks for the picture. Awesome. While we're doing this, let me set up the giveaway. Oh, I forgot. Oh, Mandy, thank you. That gets us awfully close.
Your
Oops, that's the wrong
repurposed
button. Let's go
freighter.
here. There we go. I forget what I was doing. Don't you hate that? Like, all of a sudden, I was doing something, and I don't remember what it was on Twitch. I don't even remember. I mean, I must be getting freaking old. I was going to my channel to do something. I don't know what it was. Oh, I know now. What's up? That's it, Josh. I didn't do that yet. Hold on. That's what I was doing, the giveaway. Black Oak Workshop dice tonight. And bag. There we go. There we go. Now it's going. Oh, I know. I'm the only one on right now. So, Mandy, thanks for pushing this over. Hey, Tiffany. Hope your day yesterday went real well. It looked like from the pictures you posted it did. Glad to see you're going to have that game. You're going to be on with Myriad on your channel. It's awesome. You got over that 50 mark. It's great. Let me shout out some people here. Whoops. I hit the wrong button. Go back here. Oh, I hit the wrong. See, this is what happens when I'm at my mom's house. I lose it. Shout outs. Let's do some shout outs. Hold on. Right button here. Andy. Tiffany. There we go. Oh, thanks for getting us over. Awesome. Oh my gosh. I'm not brain dead. You are VIP'd. Look, Dale, you are VIP'd. If it's not showing on your end, it's showing on my end. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. All right. What button am I going to hit now?
POV, I had 30 minutes before my campaign group showed up, and I was totally unprepared. I grabbed my ready set encounter box and boom, everything I needed for an epic session. Adventure hooks, map tiles, loot tables, stat blocks, and miniatures, all ready to go. My players still think I spent hours planning our great dragon encounter. If you're a busy dungeon master, get ready set encounter live now on Kickstarter.
I'm gonna go check right now. I know you got. See, you got.
POV, I had 30 minutes before my campaign group showed up, and I was totally unprepared. I grabbed my ready set encounter box and boom, everything I needed for an epic session.
5, 10,
Adventure hooks, map tiles, loot tables, stat blocks, and miniatures, all ready to go. My players still think I spent hours planning our great dragon encounter. If you're a busy dungeon master, get ready set encounter live now on Kickstarter.
You will not have an issue. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Love it. We have 20. Great. Awesome. Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox something. Because we're going to be on 15 minutes earlier than normal. Right. Then I'm off 45 minutes late, but 15 minutes earlier than I said, so. Thank you for the hype train, everyone. Awesome. Get in on those. Nice. Okay, very good. What's that? Awesome. You know what you're doing. Hey, Anna.
No.
Michael, what's going on? Michael, I didn't give you the winners yet. I'll probably do that late tonight or tomorrow morning. It's rough. A lot going on today. My mom's 91st birthday party.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, mods are cool though. Having a mod is not a badge. Awesome, Mike. So it was Gianna, Cherry Blossom, Curtis. They are, and then X-Manny. X-Manny and Curtis are getting Tidro Manor in SW, and Cherry is getting Durbanford in D20. Oh, thanks, Savage. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to save that. I appreciate that. The save attempt. Yeah. It's all good. Thank you. All right, I'm coming live. I don't know. I don't know if I did the shout outs for this week, but they're in there. Thank you. All right. Anna and I are here. Jeff and the other mysterious Tim will hop on a bit when they're able to. Jeff will be home shortly. I think he'll be the first one. And Tim will,
Hey.
Tim will be ever mysterious about this, Anna. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
first things first, it's a little early for the 8 o'clock start. First off, name the movie. There, that picture.
Yeah.
Name that movie. Thanks, John.
Hello, Tiffany. Yep. It's Mazes and Monsters. Yes.
It's Tom
Yep.
Hanks.
Was that was one of his first movie, or maybe it was his first movie? I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, he did a lot. He was on Taxi a lot before that.
Okay.
He had some couple other roles, but like, yeah, that was Chris Makepeace was on that too. You know, My Bodyguard and Meatballs and all the other things that he did. So, yep. I threw that in there because it was. I said, why not? Because that's all some crazy stuff. All right. Wow.
No worry. Thank you, Cherry, for being there so long. That was awesome. Fell asleep. Yes. That's perfectly understandable in my streams that you fall asleep. They're like watching paint dry often.
I think Bosom Buddies was after. I think Bosom Buddies was 82. I may have them wrong, Kai. You know.
I think the first movie I ever watched with Tom Hanks was Bachelor Party.
Bachelor Party's like 84, 83, 84.
Some time back in the 80s.
Yeah,
I think that's the first one I can remember that I saw on video somewhere, I think. On Bachelor Party with Tom Hanks. I can't remember if I thought it was good or not, but yeah,
it's hysterical. It's funny.
I remember it was kind of all over the
hysterical.
Top. A lot of famous actors was in it. That's why I remember it.
A ton of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adrian Zemed, Tawny Katainen.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was like a lot of actors I saw later in movies in major roles. Yeah. Also, that's why I remember. Otherwise, I don't think I would remember the movie at all.
I don't remember his name, but the blonde-haired guy in that was the bad guy. Was also the bad guy in Val Kilmer's Real Genius. It's the same guy.
I've seen him in several movies afterwards. Yeah.
So, all right, heavy. I have no idea what's inside this thing.
Oh, this Ascleaf.
Yes.
Yeah.
A historic Celtic RPG game.
I've seen the map because I've seen it in the Fate of the Norns in their booth. It looks awesome.
Shillers, put exclamation and drawing together, and you'll get it. Exclamation drawing all together. All right, tonight. This is a dragon set of dice, Indigore glitter. All right, and then we'll do this because you got a dragon on it, the orange. I know it doesn't match exactly, but I'm running down on the first lot of stuff here. So, yep. All right, that's tonight. That's like $50 value. All right, wow. I'm not unpunchy. Holy jeez. Well, there are handout cards all together. All right. There are maps.
See, there you go. Yep.
Oh my.
Yep. It's a gorgeous map.
All sorts of. I wonder who did it.
I forgot who. I was asked, and I didn't have time to do it.
I can't imagine why not. Look at this.
Yep, it's super cool. I forgot who they got to do it, and did whoever it was did a fantastic job.
Plenty of little bags. A bunch of them, like 4 of them. Cards. More cards here. I'm not punching any of this out. Character cards, master something. I don't want to undo anything. All of these punches. Here's what I think you were talking about. Punch outs. Yeah. You can do that's what she said. Always. All right. Manuals. Oh my God, they fit a lot in here. Yes, I'm weak. the Oth book is in here. Oh my gosh. How many pages is this? This is 360 pages. All color inside too.
Mm-hmm.
All
That's the
color
one where
inside.
Ed put a rumor and an inhabitant in every building
That's
in the whole
insane.
city, I think. And the background, a little bit of a
Absolutely
background
insane.
story and all that. Yeah.
I'm having trouble getting this stuff out. Oh, I broke a seal. Oh
And
no,
there's
I
like,
broke a seal.
isn't that the idea that you were supposed to use it?
Well, yeah. I broke this seal by accident. Uh, I gotta stand this up. All right, that worked. Duh.
Yeah, it's Fate of the Norns.
Yeah,
It's a special game, a Viking-esque role-playing game.
I didn't go to school for like engineering for like half the time at college or anything. I couldn't figure out to stand it up. All right, like Fate of the North Ragnarok Twilight Guard manual,
Yep.
Knockers manual.
Yeah, the production values of their stuff
Oh my
is always
gosh,
amazing. It
Denizen
looks super
manual.
cool. Yeah,
This is all in the
looks
same
super cool.
box. Runic game system rules.
That's true. Yeah, you pull runes instead of using dice.
Alchemist
Yep.
manual. This reminds me of what do you call it? Traveler. Herbalist manual.
My guess is that they're not the rules in this. This is a city box set, and you
Battle
buy
Wolf
the rule book
manual.
and the rule set. Yeah.
Hunter's manual. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's on one side. And then on the other side was this. Othcliath River Fleet, a deep dive gazetteer by Ed Greenwood and Andrew Valkaskis.
Mm-hmm.
It's this one.
Yep.
And this is another 300.
Is the rules for the game in there, or is it just the city?
I think that the rules are all part of these cards and everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's got
Oh, okay. So that's part
it's
of the
got a
game. I
lot of
wasn't
fun.
sure.
Wow. And look, this was on sale when I got it on their site, on
Mm-hmm.
Fate of the North site. So I don't. Then
Yeah.
once these are gone, they're gone forever.
Oh yeah, that might. Yeah, I
So
don't think they do
if I was
reprints
you
lightly.
and you have, I want to say it's 100. That's I guess 100, 120. I don't know. It was worth it. Ed convinced me. I mean, just because, um, yeah. Oh, you saw the Macasium. Cool. Beautiful. Wow.
Yeah, I've
Really?
seen them at conventions. It looks absolutely awesome. Yeah.
You have the hardcover of that city. Okay, very cool, Savage. Awesome. Yeah, so I got it because it interested me. I'm not going to play the system. I don't think, but you never know. I mean, like you said, I'm going to be playing RuneQuest, the new RuneQuest at CNY, and probably Pendragon on the channel coming up soon, right? That's something else, Tiffany. We got to schedule that, get that worked out. All right, so well, this is what. So you ready for Jay to be Jay? Why are you so mean, Jay? That some of the people say I'm a mean guy. I'm going to be mean
Uh-oh.
now.
Oh, you've
I'm not
been
going to be
mean
mean about
again?
this. I'm not going to be mean about this. This is fantastic. Okay, this is fantastic. I'm going to be mean Jay. This is extremely disappointing when I got this. Okay, this with the.
Oh yeah, Beadle Grimm's. Yeah.
Yeah. This is extremely disappointing.
Well, Beadle Grimm's kits have never struck me as really cool.
Look at how washed out that map is.
Yeah, it never struck me as specifically cool. It seems to be like a money grab and not much more than
look at
that.
how washed out the Greyhawk map is.
Yeah.
I'm not putting
But
that
I
on my
think
wall.
that's the style, so to speak. Yeah.
The style. Yeah, early shitty.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just all right. There you go.
Oh yeah, but meaning I've seen several other products look like that, and none of them look especially impressive to me.
Drives me crazy.
And they're usually sold at a premium, and
yeah.
They seem to me more like they're collector's items rather than really cool products.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot.
And they're sold as collector's items.
Crazy expensive, and is it worth it? Here comes.
No, I don't think so. I haven't bought any of it.
No.
Yeah.
Let me put the phone back in. What's up, Jeff?
Hey.
How are you, man? How are you?
Hey, Anna. Busy. Real busy. Getting ready for con. Just updated the map to version 3. did a whole slew. I sent you some stuff, but I did a whole province today of updates and working on this solo D&D card game.
Yeah, he's got a really cool thing he's working on there. And
Okay.
Jeff, when Jeff gets rolling, he gets rolling. So, yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you hopping on. I appreciate everyone hopping on late. You know, my mother turns 91 tomorrow, but family thing had to have it. Yeah, had to have it today.
That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. So we, you know, we were there a while, and so that's why I had to start a little late.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. That's good, Tiffany. That would be awesome if you could get that get rolling with that. That would be really cool. And things are looking up. You know. All right, look, and now it's 7:56, so I said 8 o'clock start. So as you see some stuff scrolling through, how does one come up with these ideas? Stuff happens in games, right? And then from that, I'm like, oh, that would be a good topic. So, and I think it had to do with all the people that really worshipped Ralashaz yesterday. Because both Fritz and Kazara did, and I was like, oh, well, that's interesting, right? That's a really interesting little twist there. And that came from gotcha, Stefan. I think you already got it, so you'll just re-up. And from that, I'm like, well, you know, that can go off in a multitude of directions. I don't know how vital deity worship is and alignment is in fifth. Okay, but we're talking Greyhawk. And Greyhawk, your ethos is very important.
Yeah.
And with that, you're going to have a direction that you're going to go. And from that, you're going to create even inter-party rivalries. Just, you know, it could be based on your deity. It could be based on a multitude of other things. Now I remember what I was looking for. Also, Dale. I say Dale because you don't kill anyone. Right? Well, yesterday someone died. And this is beforehand.
I'm proud of you, Jay.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Buddy kill.
Yes, I didn't do it. So if and this is not, I didn't take pictures post, but see that balcony at the top, first level there, we have miniatures right there where the glowing red is. So Korg's character Maram climbs up this wall with and there's a Deathmaster up there. This is High Mount Tower. There's undead everywhere. And so Deathmaster blasts him with a spell. He gets to the top. He's got 3 freaking hit points left. But that's what Maram does, right? So he climbs up with 3 hit points left. And he's like, and Myriad and everyone else is goading him on to grab this guy and throw him off the top with. And I said the only way you're doing that is if you're going with him, and you can't use your monk fall then. If you jump down now, you're allowed to bounce down with your monk abilities. You won't take damage. If you go wrap this guy off and you jump over with him, you can use your monk ability. So so he ended up with negative 14 hit points. He jumped. Yeah, he's got lucky. He only took 17. So he kind of killed himself. But the Deathmaster wasn't dead yet. But then
not dead yet.
He wasn't dead yet. But then Aaron had disintegrate on a spell on a scroll cast, and I rolled a fail. And that was that. So yeah. So we had a death.
So it was a good death, though. And a good death
he got raised.
Is absolutely worth it.
Yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it. He's only lost a couple hit points. I don't do the full. I do a certain percent. Just make sure you have at most your max that you could possibly have. So he only lost like 2 hit points. But he died. First time his character died in 35 adventures. And he said it's 35. So there you go. But with that tied in, that's where I was like, wow, the Ralashaz faction in my Greyhawk. Oh, he's raised already. He got raised. He's an Order of Ulick member. If you're in the Order of Ulick, you will get, and your body gets back to Altamira, you will get raised from the dead. That's part of the deal. Yes, Dale, you can ... that all you want. That's the benefit of being in a very good knighthood. It takes care of its own. So there. Yeah. So they even have a Rod of Resurrection hidden away for those super. Yes. Yeah. And Rod of Resurrection will raise even an elf back from a little piece of bone. Yep. So. All right, Anna, Jeff, you two please talk a little bit about deities and factions and rivalries and stuff. While I'm sorry, but I got to reload on caffeine. I'll be right. So
Would not hold you from that. Caffeine is life.
yeah, yeah. Why? Well,
Well,
there's a cost, Steph. I'll be right back. Be right back.
all right, Anna, what do you think about deities and rivalries?
Well, they are the ultimate rivalries in some ways, considering that the deities are kind of the ultimate power creatures or have the ultimate power. So their rivalry is the ultimate rivalry, so to speak. The ones that shape not the everyday life of characters, but the overall, they're like part of the terrain in some ways.
Yeah.
In a game world, so to speak, the cultural, they form politics, culture, and even in some case the physical environment. That's how I see them. Not
Yeah.
as monsters, and also deities, they can play a lot of different roles. Meaning, old school, if you take the first edition deities and demigods, they were just monsters with lots of hit points, and they could do more magic. Meaning, they had beefier stats. But that's not how I see. Meaning, that's one way you can play with deities. They're just the most powerful creatures around. But you can also do so much more with them. Yeah.
Deities and demigods was really to just break it out beyond the Greyhawk specific into maybe you want to play an American Indian or maybe you want to play East Indian ethos. Now you've got hit points, armor, abilities, Far East Asian, all of that. And it was a lovely compendium.
Yeah, but I lacked the things that made them divine. They were just a bit more powerful than dragons or whatever other monster. Meaning
they were less godlike, more monster-like.
Exactly. I like the fact that gods should shape culture, history. They should be legends. They run enormous religions. They run politics. They run whole countries. They have cults and stuff like that. That dimension, not how many hit points and they can cast a spell that way. Yeah. That is the lead. Meaning they, in some ways, they could have like an aspect with hit points, but not even that should be enough to kill it, so to speak. Meaning kill a god is like killing a religion or a political ideology. That takes an enormous investment.
Right, that's endgame stuff. And you bring up an interesting point about avatars. I look at deities as the puppet masters, like what you're saying. They're not so much, you're not interacting with them, but you're interacting with their effects. And it plays into large story arcs. I know for one, I go kind of with more of the Greek tradition of the gods kind of walk among men in disguise. And sometimes you're talking to a beggar or a petty person, and it's in fact a god or a goddess doing whatever, whether it's to their whim or maybe there's a rivalry, and so you're being used as a chess piece in their game, which is perfectly historically accurate.
Yeah.
And I know there was a prequel that I used. I wrote a prequel that used Lulth because she needed some new suckers to basically do her bidding. And so the players don't realize that they're being manipulated into a bigger story. And that there plays into, you can make some wonderful villains because maybe they're stealing from other gods and the other gods are not cool with that.
Yeah.
And so you can have these interesting rivalries or villains that pop up from time to time and harass the party and become a royal pain in their butt.
Yeah. Meaning a deity is someone who could create a new type of creature or like a new population in order to further their needs or their desires or whatever it is, so to speak.
So BB Fan Fun says, I'm the new Lareth. Well, funny story, BB Fan Fun. I actually got into that with one of the modules that I published where Lareth is this secret worshiper. Lareth the Beautiful, the secret worshiper of Lulth, but he's nosing around the Elder Elemental God's territory. Well, we know that he wasn't always that way. And so I basically wrote a prequel version of Lareth that you encounter where he's right on the edge of having a major faith crisis and being pulled to the other side and getting into why. What was the event? What pulled him? And again, this goes more towards the villain sides of things. But again, the heroes are the playthings of the gods, and that can make into some wonderful adventures and interactions. And it gives the players, I think, a sense of that cosmic connection without fighting a god, and realizing, there's some bigger circles here at work. So,
well, thank you for covering there.
Are you properly recaffeinated?
Yeah. The divine is something that I feel haven't been appropriately presented in D&D rules officially yet, so to speak. I think that there's a lot more you could do, cool stuff you could do with that. It's been kind of a bolted add-on, or they usually used for two things. That they present a little bit of varnish to create like, they present like ideas for adventures and stuff like that, which is awesome. That's a good part. And then they are like, here we have clerics, they can function this way because they believe in God X, Y, or Z. And so on, and that's about it. But you can do so much more cool stuff with them. Third edition, I think, was the one that made it the furthest when it came to that. Meaning they took the specialized priest and then ran with it in a lot more prestige classes and all sorts of stuff. So, but it was still only regular mechanics with bigger numbers at it, which I think is kind of sad. Yeah.
Well. There's always, I guess, as a DM, you have to decide what your line is, where if you cross it or not. Do you go there where gods are subject to being killed in your game or not? Right?
Well, yeah, deities can be killed in my games, definitely, but not like monsters.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a line though. Where do you go after you do it?
Right? Well, there's always lots of gods, and killing one just means that there's another one taking their place. But I don't think anyone could, maybe the least powerful one could technically be killed, but not by the characters. Meaning gods is something that disappear out of culture over a century or something like that. You persecute everybody that follows the deity, and it's simply how you do it. It's like abolish an idea more than a monster, so to speak.
What was the Dragon magazine that had the Void Cruiser, and one of the things you were doing in the astral plane was you were flying past islands that were basically deceased gods?
Oh, that may have been an Ed thing back in the day.
Maybe. That was with the Lich Queen, I think, wasn't it?
But that's a theme that's gone back and forth into the D&D multiverse. That they've been like the far realm, and it's been the outer, the astral, or whatever. It's full of dead gods and stuff. So you
get out in the astral plane, and it's kind of hard to hard to bring it back down. Like, all right, you're out in space now. But I like what you're saying, Anna. If you're interfering with the deities, you're going to have major repercussions worldwide, and as a DM, I think you have to be prepared for that. If you have a story, or you kill, or maybe you don't kill the god, maybe you kill the avatar of the god and you roll it back. It's in limbo for a couple of decades. It's going to have major faith-based implications. There's going to be tremendous shifts by whomever was worshiping, and so in the day-to-day, I don't think it would affect the players, other than, some major current events are happening on in the world. But
you can have like you could send a certain religion or like the clerics of certain god away from this realm, so to speak. You chase them off, you burn their temples, you kill the clerics who resist and stuff like that. That I see is as a meaning that doesn't, you don't kill the god, you just make sure that his influence here is minimized. Right. That's like step number one to kill a god, and then step two, you have to repeat that in all the neighboring realms and so on and so forth. And then you have to re-educate half the population so they don't believe in him, because if you start going after them, some people will be like, "Ooh, he's my hero now," because they're big, bad,
Right.
ugly, whatever, going after them. So there's a lot of implications that I love to play with. But on the other hand, that might not be other people's cup of tea for their games. So,
Let's ask this question to the audience.
Yes.
Who has killed a god in their Greyhawk game? A named god, not Snuffy Snuffleupagus or something like that you created, right?
Now you invented
or
a new one.
who has banished a god? Big difference. I want to see who has killed one, who has banished one. Because
I haven't done
past tense,
done
right? Not working on not future.
Yeah. You had
No, not
Rich
past.
had us kill an Olman god. Well, yes.
Oh.
So that's a cool idea, Dale. But
Yeah.
with a whole plot on it, because he's like, no one cares about this Olman god. I'm not trying to be mean, right? But this is one. He's not doing it to Encabulous. He's smart there. So anyone else? Because
No, I haven't done any of that.
Well, if if you played Temple of Elemental Evil, you better have banished a god. That's part of the adventure.
Yeah, right. But I haven't done it properly, so I can say that I haven't done that. Yeah.
You're supposed to banish Zuchtemoy in Temple of Elemental Evil.
Yeah.
Right. So that's not a kill, that's a banish.
Right.
We've also banished the son of Orcus during the fundraiser event in my game, but that was a made up god, right? The son of so
Zuchtemoy,
Orcus Jr.
Yeah, Orcus Jr. Yes, Zuchtemoy. Zuchtemoy gets taken out. Zuchtemoy's imprisoned in the Temple of Elemental Evil in the the original 87.
Right.
And so you're gonna have to banish her ass out. And she don't look like she looks super hot in that model from 5th edition. She looks like I just remember
it's old art,
old bloated art that that Rob stoinked. Okay, according to Rob Coots, right? He had spent a weekend at the
we knew which version Robilar saw, so to speak. He saw in the future. He saw what the true form of Zuchtemoy. Yeah.
I cast major antibiotics.
He saw what antifungal. Yeah. But we know we can defend Lord Robilar. We saw what that French, or I think she was a French sculptress that did that beautiful, awesome looking model of Zuchtemoy.
Remember, there were no avatars in 1st edition.
No, exactly. They were not. The gods were just powerful monsters.
Right,
period.
Absolutely. Yeah. So just so you're aware. But I want to put that out there that it's happened.
But technically, now we come to another important question. Yeah. Zuchtemoy is a demon lord. She's not in that sense. Is she technically a god then? That depends on.
Well, I thought you equated the major demon lords were lesser.
Oh, I do. But the rules don't really do that, I think.
Demogorgon is, I would even say, he's a greater.
Yeah, but even Asmodeus, that I definitely count as one of the major gods, and Tiamat and Orcus and others. Yeah, but technically they're not described. They're in the monster books and not in the deities and demigods book. 3rd edition kind of, I think, pushed them firmly into the deities realm, with Grasset and a bunch of others getting more like described as deities with cults and the whole shebang. But earlier editions, they were more like they were a special thing. They were not really gods, but they were super powerful. I don't know. Yeah, it's worth.
It's a great point.
Yeah, is that something that you have to make up your mind when you run your games?
Oh yeah.
What is a god, and what? Oh, yeah. If that is something you even want to bother with, so to speak.
Right.
You might simply say, these are so powerful that I don't even go to mess with them mechanically, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Now, we have a precedent here where it doesn't matter that Zuchtemoy in my game is banished still. Who knows how many years? I don't keep track.
Yeah. And that also means, what means banished? Means that the avatar can't come here? Can she still give spells to cleric?
It's supposed like 100 years or something.
Yeah. But can she still grant spells or
the answer
stuff like
to that is yes, because
and
the technical, I'm not on the rules. This time you leave it, you let it be. And the reason I let it be is because Tony Winslow wrote up a great adventure in Candlekeep Mysteries that I'm like, we got to play this, called, Xanthoria, right? And here's the Book of Xanthoria. And then here is the evil druid from the Sus Xanthoria, who's a Zuctamoy follower, turning itself into this hideous creature, right? So
I think that looks awesome. To be
it
honest,
does.
it looks really cool.
But this is for 16th level adventures in 5th edition, there, Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was pretty nasty. I had Gazumba as the NPC on this. Yeah,
Helping him,
Walt
giving him a little help.
Walt had Devin as Dark Elf, and yeah. So we all had super high level characters. But okay, someone's trying to bring back Zuctamoy through this process of this plague being spread around.
Yeah. So being banished, means that someone can unbanish you? Is that like a curse where you can cast like a remove curse if it's powerful caster?
In my opinion, the answer to that is yes. Yeah, no more Fungal Queens, Curtis says, because yes, Fritz has had enough of it.
Yeah, I want to agree with you, Jay. That is like magic and anti-magic, so to speak. It's like curse or magic, and dispel magic kind of thing. Yeah.
It actually says in the Temple of Elemental Evil, there's all these gems on her throne, and if I recall, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, if you took the gems off the throne without attacking her, she was either banished for 33 or 66 years just by taking the gem. And I don't remember specifically.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, absolutely. It was a really great, it was very well written back in the day. And Gary was going, I wish he had written after the first generation of stuff that, things didn't go off the haywire, and he was writing a lot more because he had some great ideas, right? Zuctamoy was a great partner to IUs and stuff, but it just went off the rails after that. In the 83, 84, 85, we got other people writing, so I would have loved to see more. So, but this was great. Tony did a great job with this, and I ran another one, a third offshoot, where there was a body of and you guys remember this. This was very sad. There was a sprite who had the essence of Xanthoria in her. It was almost like, what do you call it? Horcrux almost, or whatever. So if this hideous thing died, that would live on. And she's like, you all have to kill me in the adventure. Tony's messed up in the head, let me tell you. So it was sad. So they killed her.
I love Tony. She's awesome. Yeah.
They killed her and they buried her. Well, that body's still around. If they raise that body, Xanthoria's back. So I did another adventure with Tony and Ed and all them to find that body and permanently destroy it. Yeah, so it was fun. Just and that's the thing. You create a real hideous enemy of like, oh my god, I hate anything to do with Zuctamoy. And look at Curtis. He hates anything to do with Zuctamoy now because the Fungal Queen herself too. So that goes in that direction. Slime's a little rage with his kid. It just was fun. Fun thing. So that's just one that I wanted to bring up. Because of the lovely sus you can go all throughout. Oh, we were here 2 weeks ago. We were there in Old Air. Remember that adventure? Not that long ago. Could I interest you in your Lord Savior Dweeblix? Well,
Jubilix, yeah.
Well, there's adventures written for that. There's go to Necromancer Games and Frog Out Games. Are you there, Michael Z? I don't know if I have it here. If you want to do Dweeblix or Jubilix or whatever it says, Chaos Rising. It's called Chaos Rising, and there's a Chaos Rising 2. And that's all Jubilix. Yep. Nice. I ran Chaos Rising for my group guys. Yep. Yeah. Oh, does it? So just one example of taking something that, like, from Temple of Elemental Evil that we did in 1987, did a little return to in the early late 90s, and then and it wasn't a return to the temple one; it was ours. And then we did all this stuff because someone wrote something that I couldn't resist. Book of Luster 2 is just now fulfilling for Kickstarter. Very cool. I think his shout-out's updated too. So all right. Give us, whoever wants to go first, an example of a rivalry or an enemy thing that has developed from something you're writing or something you're playing, or something you've seen in the past, a story.
I can tell my my Heronius Tiamat or Bahamut Tiamat.
Sure.
That was it was part of what I read in third edition, and it's part of the Gord books and Greyhawk lore and some third edition and some other inspiration here and there. And I took to realize that I wanted to have that rivalry, and since it was like hell and hellish of the Naelexes when they took over the Grey Kingdom, and then you have Hextor was then advertised by Card Sergeant, I think, that he turned Hextor into the Herald of Hell. And I was like, okay, this is cool. And then they called it Balsul or Bels or whatever. That was the name that Sergeant said was the new god of Rossis and the Naelixes and Ivid. And I say, well, that's just the name for Asmodeus. He came in and he wanted to have his slice and pie of Greyhawk, so to speak. And then Tiamat is the guardian of hell, so to speak, according to D&D mythology. She has her domain is the entry to hell, so to speak. So then I was like, okay, so I kind of took that part of D&D lore and added to it. And then I say, okay, so then I got the inspiration from third edition, had a Heronian prestige class where you became a draconian, or no, sorry, you became a dragonborn, reborn from an egg serving Bahamut as a Heronian.
Wow.
So you were a Heronian knight, and then you become a dragonborn serving Bahamut as a special emissary or warrior or something like that. I didn't take that literally, so to speak, but I took the inspiration and say, okay, what if Hextor is then an aspect of Tiamat? That's Tiamat's way of saying that you did it. And what if they did this some hundreds of years when the Origians started to become powerful? Then Tiamat and Hel and Asmodeus saw the chance of he saw the earth is now turning into a place where lots of souls could be won over, so to speak, meaning I can get power. So he worked with the Ivids, got the Naelixes on side, so to speak, and then back maybe 500-600 years ago, managed to get Hextor into becoming a religion in his honor, so to speak. And then when Bahamut noticed that, he did the opposite with the Heronians. So then 600-700 years ago, early on in the Origians' conquest of the Flannies, that's when that happened. And that comes in Bastion of the Faith. That book names the oldest names and have the backstory of the Hextorian Heronian. And I was like, yes, this fits into it. So I took that backstory, rewrote it, put in that prestige class in the new version, and here I have my story, so to speak. So I took the what is in the lore here and there, put it together, made 2 and 2, make that to be 5 instead of 4, and tweaked it a little bit here and there, and now I have my version of that epic struggle that has gone on for 500-600 years, and now Shieldlands in my campaign is one more chapter in that 500-600 year or 700 year or almost 1,000-year long story, so to speak.
Okay. I just asked Dale a question, and because I used one Dragonborn ever, and it was a joke during a fundraiser event, right?
Yeah. I don't have any real Dragonborns, but they are special Heronian, meaning Bahamut serving knights, so to speak.
I want to know who approved that.
Yeah. Who approved you to include that?
I think that's a really good use for an exotic, is where there's it's very limited, it's very purposeful, and it lines up with, okay, that a dragon, Bahamut.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
As opposed to just, exotics walking all over the place.
Exactly. I don't want every day. And also, I don't think these major gods, they act through intermediaries and then and so on and so forth down the line. But eventually he might want to elevate a few very very, very capable underlings all the way up that he really trusts, and for decades, so to speak, he would elevate them really, really high up. And so if you've been a Heronian paladin and you've gone on missions and proven beyond doubt that you're the one of Heronius Bahamut's most faithful servants, he will reward you handsomely, so to speak. And that's when, and they might not, he doesn't want to send you back to Critwall to walk outside the temple, but he might send you to other missions in the form of a dragon, or you can go back and forth or something like that. Yeah.
So, okay.
Well, but that's more legend than actually happening in my game. It wasn't
approved for Living Greyhawk. It was in the book. Okay. I thought it was a Living Greyhawk thing.
No, it was more like a late 5e thing, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was during the end of the 3rd edition era Living Greyhawk.
I don't think so. I think it was later. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So for those of you that play in my games on Thursdays and Saturdays now, I made concessions during last week's Gabbin, right? Where we're going to play evil characters. And we're going to try it as a one-shot, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. No Dragonborn, no Tabaxi, no Tieflings, no. And so just please note that it's just not Greyhawk for me. No, just no. If I have to bring out the billhead 1,000 times, I will. But like, I'm even going to let one of them play a Dark Elf character. So I've had Dark Elves in my game for years. That's not a big
Are you giving them a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses so they're not at a disadvantage in the sunlight?
Hold my Foster Yeah, well, if they are on the surface world for decades or whatever, then
they get used to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And they don't have PCs don't have magic resistance and long rest. That's funny, Curtis. It was all right, so it was a splat book. Dragonborn turned and 4th turned them into dragon people. All right, no wings or tails. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not something that came up in the afternoon. It was something that gradually evolved over the editions, and then it became, more common and whatever. Yeah.
All right. Jeff.
Yeah.
You have Kirby. Your Illusionist Thief got a little taste that one game you played in.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the ever mysterious Tim playing in that game, too.
But
there's a lot of other players. So as you look at deities or factions here, what are your thoughts on the small people thieves in Altamira going against the big people thieves in Altamira and where that may go? Because you maybe get intertwined in that, along with a lot of other PCs. Just curious.
The small people versus the large
Spunk
people
versus the Darius the Deposed. Yeah.
Oh, well, he's got some issues that he has to get over. He needs some healing there, and I think the little people, it's excellent. I want to see more of that, and I think that it gives an opportunity to kind of play off those hatreds and overthrow some things and stir things up. So
yeah. That's where I like that human-centric world where humans can be the bad MFers. They're not the good guys in all instances. Like,
no, but I think that's humans are the most flexible in that sense. They're all over the whole spectrum, so to speak.
No, a good point, Anna. Like, the guild of merchants in Altamir is corrupt as hell.
Right.
All of them. They're corrupt as hell. The Thieves Guild, just bad, But I like to see that little enemy tension get built up, and it's funny because I know Myriad said the other day, which not knowing directly what was going to happen with the mongrel adventure that's going on. By the way, part 2 is Thursday. I was an initiative away from Gianna's character, Echidna, out. If I had won in it, it was out. She was held. A mongrel was coming, and if I had won in it, it was gone. But I lost. I almost got a tongue. But Poppy was like, I'm all worried about Spunk coming back and having me trying to get me to join, and that was her number one concern. So I put it in their heads already. The halfling thief, knows that this group needs more members to go out there and ally against the human thieves. And there's elves and half elves in the Thieves Guild too. All because of something that a couple player characters did 30 years ago.
And that builds a wonderful, rich history to it too. But I think we've got some interesting. I mean, in the adventure, we've got some interesting character classes coming up to mix things up, and little people to get around. So
that's right. And gosh, okay. So a lot of people are like, well, why can't halflings be paladins, or why can't gnomes be?
You can't reach the light.
I will say we will add as many.
That's an old Warcraft one of why can't gnomes be paladins because they can't reach the light.
Throughout the modern gamers grew up with elves and dwarves on their TV and their books so saturated, basically culturally different humans. That's true. That's true. Christine Van Patten, everyone, Moonlight Minis. Talented artist. Talented. By the way, the Skarn mini that you know so well for Mike Disney's character Skarn, Wolfmaster, that's a Christine Van Patten there. So, and a lot of other of all the pirate minis we use are painted. They're all Christine's. So she has some great stuff coming. Also, all the witch with all the wicker people from that adventure, they're all Christine's. So yeah, great stuff. Really awesome. So great to have you on. All right, Anna, tell me something about beyond the IUs thing in your game, right? Your Shieldland group. Where could it go off the rails internally? Like, are they all Heronius worshippers, or is there a mix? Or some of them like Fultus worshippers or Tritherian worshippers? Where in your groups could it like go? Oh my gosh! And then the Tritherian person says,
"Oh, you mean in the adventuring group?"
Yeah.
That has been fairly easy. Well, it kind of it's interesting because it's been a mix between Heronian and old faith, so to speak, Druidic old faith, but that in my campaign was a little bit deliberate because the story has revolved. Because the interesting thing that was happening in my Shieldlands, now we're talking, this is 599, so it's like after World War, meaning this is 15, 16 years after the Ayusian invasion, Bandit Kingdom invasion, almost 17 years after. So what happened after that was that, meaning that the old Flan culture and the modern Iridian culture, they were not antagonistic, but they were kind of, the Iridians saw themselves, we are the new kids on the block, and you are the old whatever, the old remnant that we should forget about. Now that is coming back because now they need each other. So it's the new kind of alliance, both in Shieldlands, but also generally, because in Furundi and Veluna, there's a new, I have it that a new culture in the West is starting to emerge, where you have Elven, Flan, and Origian have allied themselves because they realize we're in the same boat. We have the same enemies. We are living in the same land, and normally that means that we will squabble, and they have squabbled for 500-600 years. But thanks to Ayusian and all that invasion from the outside, Veluna set out the example because that's where they could commingle the most, so to speak. And the Veluna idea of cohabitation or multiculturalism, or call it whatever you want, fantasy wokeism, have now spread simply because of Ayusian and others are threatening them, so to speak. So yeah, so now they become cozy bedfellows and are politically aligned, and that has happened. But it was not because we love it so much and rainbow colors. No, it was because someone is coming, literally killing us. Yes, outside pressure. So that means, but that also means that there are still old rivalries in this, because once that becomes okay, now someone has to make the orders and whatever. So there is of course a rivalry inside, but right now they're good bedfellows because Ayus is at the doorstep, so to speak.
So necessity made some very strange
bedfellows. Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
There's some good simple failings that you can play into making a great villain. I mean, you can have things from embarrassment to jealousy, all those things that can play into a rich background for villains. I know one campaign that I was actually writing for Ulick probably about 3 years ago involved, I forget which guy it is. He's really into coins, and to the point, like, if you start talking about coin collecting and rare coins, he will kind of just fixate. And he has some coins in the royal treasury that the players get pulled into because they're fakes, and somebody has snuck out the originals, and this person who is royal whatever numismatologist or whatever doesn't want to lose face, and so there's somebody else who's setting him up, and you have this back and forth between the two of them, and the players are kind of caught in between. The other one that was interesting was the whole Vatoons, if I'm pronouncing it right.
Yep. Yeah, Vatoon. Yep.
Because everybody, like, a lot of the writing just assumes that the barbarians all go with the flow, and there's some indication, like, well, not everybody. And if you didn't go along with the flow, what happened to you? Well, now you're an outcast. Mm-hmm. And throwing the players in as barbarians into the middle of, you sense something isn't jiving here, and somebody's basically lying to somebody. And how do you survive in that environment? At least long enough to see that, oh yeah, he wasn't really the real deal. And so you can create a lot of very good rivalries and enemies just out of that. Of you're not going with the flow, now you're an outcast. Survive. I mean, that gives a lot of great conflict. I know in my homebrew campaign that I'm writing, I use this kind of like what you were saying with he's kind of a patsy. He's not all that in a bag of chips that he thinks he is. He just thinks that he's in charge of his own destiny, but he's being manipulated like a chess piece at a grander cosmic level. A lot of the things are the same leading up to Ashes of Greyhawk in my campaign, and then things start to shift because he's not a Mary Sue. Everything doesn't just fall into place for him. Yes, he's got lots of contacts, but it creates some more interesting branches, and it creates some cosmic rivalry where in this case, two gods, Lolth and the Elder Elemental God, are basically playing a big chess game, fighting and taking out each other's pieces. And in my case, the Elder Elemental God's a little more chill about it because he's like, look, I can just wait a millennium and I'll just come back and do stuff. But there's a couple things that kind of get his attention, and it's like, oh, you're going to mess with my stuff? Let me see what you got on the board here. Let me take that piece out. Let me take that piece out. And the players kind of fall into this chess game between the gods, and it creates a whole bunch of interesting situations.
And that is always ways to get the gods into the game without actually getting them in the game.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's more caught in the influence.
Yep. That's what I want. That's where I want to be.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, go for it.
I was going to say, I have there are two religions that are in the mix in my campaign in the Shieldlands area and stuff that are now playing very different roles and are both seeking where they want to be and what they would do. And one of them is Hextor, and one of them, the other one is Fultians. And because they are and Hextor is part of the mix in Horn Society, because the Hextorians got there because Siege and others, they wanted to expand out. First of all, I have it that primary reason was that they wanted to establish a hold in the back door because the Heronians took over for Yundi and stuff. And then when they became enemies, of course, Hextor wanted to launch a campaign in the back door of the stronghold of the Heronians, which is for Yundi. Molag was the perfect spot to launch that, so to speak. So Siege became part of that campaign. It went through the Bandit Kingdom and then all the way over to Molag, so to speak. So that was it. But the problem is that here comes Ayus, and Ayus don't like rivalries, so to speak. So Ayus was like, no, I don't want any kind of emissaries and spies of the Great Kingdom in the East and so on. So Ayus didn't trust the Hextorians one bit, so to speak, not one iota. So that became a problem. And then you have the Faultians that were kind of in the same boat. But they were been there simply because of old Iridian traditions and stuff. They didn't have any evil intentions of taking over and stuff like that. They were just there because we always been part of Iridian culture, and we wanted to preserve Iridian cultural norms and blah blah all of a sudden. So they kind of fell out of favor. They lacked the political clout. No one really trusted them, and so on. So they faded. And so these are two religions whose clerics and adherents have a tough time finding out what the heck should we do now, so to speak. What is our role and what should we do? And meaning the Hextorians, they hate the Heronians, but they don't like Ius is maybe a worse enemy, but they can't. So they have to kind of flee back to the Bandit Kingdoms, establish new, but Ius have taken over the whole Bandit Kingdom, so they have no safe haven more than Siege. And that's why Siege is awesome. Like he is the new playground.
Siege, I blow my brains out.
Yeah. But Siege is the new playground, safe haven for Hextorians, and that became his role. And that was probably he was a political opportunist that saw that it's not only good for me personally, I can then become a safe haven for them, and that bolstered I can be the leader in the West, so to speak, for something that might be big in the future, blah blah, and so on and so forth. So
that's very interesting. You got the Hextorians involved in the Shieldlands.
I didn't. That was Sergeant, meaning Gary himself in the Gord books and others hinted at. There is a deviltry in Horn Society, and I wanted that in there.
Society, yes,
exactly. So I wanted that in there, and Siege was a Hextorian. That was something that Paizo Hawk and Eric Mona and whatever, that when they wrote the Edge of Worms and stuff, they wrote that story. So I just piggybacked on that and tried to, how can I make sense of that for my game, so to speak? So
I have a question.
Go for it.
How do you introduce this, or what have you? How? Well, it's a two-part question.
Yeah.
How do you introduce this as the DM with this backstory of why is Hextor important? Presuming that people have an understanding or an appreciation of the lore and have read that stuff, or how do you deal with that when players don't have that kind of understanding of the gods and their interplays and things like that? How do you introduce that into the campaign?
If you asked me this question 10, 15 years ago, I would say, no, I sit down and I have a 3-hour-long monologue and whatever.
Crawling across the screen slowly.
Or I force them to read a 16-page PDF outlining all of this. No. Yeah, I've learned that's not the way to do it.
Professor Anna's classroom. Your homework today is.
Yeah, exactly. That was my game 20 years ago, or 25 years ago. But I've learned over the years that, no, just because I love this shit doesn't mean that my players want to have their game session and their fights ruined because Anna has political ideas and whatever, so to speak. No, so what I've done is that I plot when I take the players are now in this area and this town has X, Y, and Z of factions infighting or whatever. So the players, they go in and all of a sudden they notice that, there are Iusians here. And the Iusians are now hunting these Hextorians. And then the players have to decide, are we going to help these Hextorians? First of all, they might not know who these are. They're just people that the Iusian clerics are hunting them. And then all of a sudden the Iusian clerics say, we need to hunt the characters too. And then the characters and the Hextorians end up being on the same side. And then I'll simply let the players, they have no clue who this is. And then exactly. And then it's up to the players. And the players ask they have he has a chain with a symbol hanging around his neck. What is that symbol? And then I'll simply say, well, blah, blah, and I describe the symbol. And so I have the players ask for information. What do my character know about this? So my rule now is that I prep at least one level deeper than I imagine the players want to ask.
Okay.
So or want to know. And then when the players know, I give them the information that their characters have, so to speak. and then they have to figure it out. So now I try to, the players have to ask for it. Like, there's like a symbol here, or there's a temple, they ring a bell a certain way. Do my character know anything about this? And or this weapon looks weird and has weird runes on it. What could that come from? And then I say, okay, your character knows this, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff.
Right. And yeah.
I'm going to explain to you how I brought Foltis into the Shieldlands.
Okay.
All right. Plus, you're going to see something that is going to pertain to you for July 11th. All right, so I call this the Shieldlands of my game. Ours and ours is similar, and it's being taken back. But I have the middle finger of the Shieldlands, okay? And so basically, if you put this up to it, it looks like a middle finger that they've controlled. Crit wall, down to Axport, out to Battle Down, and straight up to Homer's Hold, okay? Which I created. That's the control.
I love that name. It's so cool. Homer's Hold is a great name. It's a great way of naming things.
Walrus Crossing's mine too. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so both of them are great names.
Yep. So it's a middle finger of control that they have back. But what has happened is a lot of Shieldlanders are dead, enslaved, taken away. There's all this fertile land, and the Fultians from the Thrackers of the Pale are not afraid of Ayus at all. They're not. They stopped them there. So all of the settlers are coming into this fertile land. They're like, we can hold off this Ayusian. The Crook of Rouse happened. There's not a lot of demons around. F Ayus, right? They're the mysterious Tim.
Hello.
Hello.
And he looks pissed off. That's perfect. So,
especially for this episode.
Yes. So what they've done is this used to be named East Fork. Now it's Radiant Fork.
You know, it's interesting that Tim shows up when you start talking about the middle finger.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I think that's highly appropriate.
You had me at Fultians.
Yes. Homer's Hold is split in half. It has Shieldlanders on one half, and it has Fultians in the other half, and they don't get along. And I did an entire adventure where they took a Knight of the Holy Shielding who trespassed on the one side, and they publicly whipped him.
Couldn't he just pay a fine? Why did he have to be whipped?
Because you should remember this, Tim. Alan's character.
Oh, I remember.
He broke the law. Remember? And he let him get flogged.
Yes.
What did he
jaywalk?
Like,
what the hell's wrong with you? If you were on that adventure, yeah. So
I remember listening to it. I wasn't there, and I was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, absolutely. So,
that's the law.
He broke the law because he stepped.
It was like a ultra lawful fugue that he went through in that moment, I guess.
Yeah. So the Fultians are there, and no one invited them. There you go. So that's kind of how I don't have.
Jay, I believe Destiny invited them.
The light brought them
the light. But are they
ushered
there?
them in.
There's humans there now. There's not demons running around in those spots that they have. But that's it. So it's the middle finger rule I have for Shieldlands. So
I see.
absolutely. So hey Tim, how are you?
Hello.
So
pretty good.
Yes. Oh shit! I gotta go back to this. So if you all want to know, the 24-hour stream is set. All right. Most players are set. With Tim and Jeff are going to be playing. And look what's been on the map for Mana for years. What is that? Fortress Elendar.
Yeah, it was one of the things that I added to your map when I did the first version.
There we go. They will be at Fortress Elendar, right there in the Shieldlands.
And you have to tell everybody where that comes from, because you took it from somewhere.
Oh, Fortress Elendar is from James Dillo, right? It's on my wall of fame. Tim ran it for me as Gazumba and Hawk.
It's a special adventure.
Back in the day. Let me see if I can find a copy of it. Here we go. Oh, there it is.
I was particularly very insidious too at the end, but you didn't fall for it.
I didn't, and I was what 15, 16 at the time.
Yes.
Oldest. Yeah, there it is. Jeffrey Dillo. High Fantasy Adventure. It's a great adventure. Some unbelievably cool magic items, some really nasty monsters in it, unique things in this that I use to this day, and it's a perfect one to show that you can take a third-party system game. This is not D&D. This is its own version of a basic. It's a basic kind of Ostrich clone, for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll be a fun look. It was only $5 back in the day. It's from 1980. This adventure. I know some people have found it. Really, Mike? Yeah, it's fantastic. And there's 4. I'll show next week. I'll bring up all the books that he ever made. I own all of them. So and show you them. What he did. So, but that'll be a fun one.
I have the other one he did in PDF.
I have them all. You have Gold, whatever, Goldberg, Goldberry, whatever that town is. Yeah, there's another one too. I got the other one which has the demon on the front too.
Right, that's the one I have in PDF.
Yeah. So right now the crew is Jeff, Tim, Curtis, Brett, Myriad, Tiffany, and Amanda. I'm going to roll one person in. I think it's an 8th. No NPCs. I'll roll one person in every couple hours to take that other spot. Yeah. So
what's the date?
July 11th. You know that.
I just got to see if
be away.
I know. I got to see if I put it on there.
You better put it on there. So, yes. Yes, Saturday, July 11th. Start in the morning, and we go till we're done, just like last year. We did Baldur's Speaking last year. And that's where Maram, who died yesterday, by the way, went into the library at Baldur's Beacon, and that demonology book was there, and they all said, "Don't touch the effing book." And he went back and stole it, and that's where all that problems came from.
They never listen when you tell them.
They don't ever listen.
Jay has always used that to foil my most awesome victories.
It's like the end of Time Bandits.
Mom, Dad, don't touch it. It's evil.
The most fabulous object in the universe.
What a great movie. That TV series was awful. Lisa Kudrow. Oh my God, it was terrible. When they rebooted it. Yeah. Anyone see the Time Bandits TV show? No. One episode. I was like, this is awful.
I refuse.
Yeah. So how is such a scoundrel a member of the Order of Ulick? Who? Who's a scoundrel? Maram? Maram's just not a scoundrel. He's just not that bright.
He is now.
He's lawful good. He is self-sacrificing.
How did he steal a book if he's lawful good?
Because it was in the library at Baldur's Beacon. No one owned it. He took it out.
He was taking it away from the bad guys.
He took. There was a whole bunch of other great books.
Did he open it?
Maybe. No, but there was a type 5 demon essence in there, and when he took it back, the case protected it. But when he took it back to Trade Town, she got out. It was awesome. Come on, that's how great stories happen.
That's how Jay
fuck stuff up all the time.
That's how Jay gets you.
Touching things you shouldn't.
Maram jumped off a tower and killed himself with a Deathmaster, falling down and killed himself yesterday. So.
Like he killed the bad guy, self-sacrifice?
No, the bad guy survived the fall, but he got disintegrated the next round.
Somebody was there helping. It wasn't like he fell and then disintegrated spontaneously.
Yeah, Fritz was there. He was helping out. Fritz is a hero.
So, I mean, he dove off and tackled the Deathmaster off the tower to kill him.
You missed the beginning of the show there, Tim. Real quick. We'll go over it again. We're not in any hurry today.
Just give me Cliff's Notes.
I'll give you Cliff's Notes version here. All right, so we'll go back real quick. Well, I mean, imagine there's a lot of other people.
Act 1, Scene 1, the curtain raises.
This is Bill Laughlin's tower. Remember Bill Laughlin, and you remember Bill Laughlin.
Sure.
Bill Laughlin has disappeared and has been gone a long time. His tower has reappeared. Well, he messed up his estate transference spell. All of his servants starved to death because they went incorporeal or whatever. They just faded away. So he had all this undeads running around. When the tower came back and it's been 10 years. Since the tower had disappeared. So see that landing on the tower here? This is a great Thunderstruck workshop right up top right there. So Maram climbed up here. He got up top, got blasted with a spell. He had 3 hit points left. And I said to him, if you grab him and jump off, I'll let you make an opposed roll and take him over. You can't use your monk fall distance. There's no way. So he did it. And he went.
Well, why couldn't he just grab him and throw him over? He is a monk.
Because I said so. Because I wanted.
Yeah.
He had two options. Either
see
jump
how
off
Jay gets you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, what's up there? What's up, Tabletop? Good to see you, man. Hope things are well. Aren't you live? So, but he died. He was at -14. He died. First time in 35 adventures. But just note, sacrifice, self-sacrifice. Great. And that's High Mound Tower. Now they're like, what do we do now? The tower's back and there's nothing there. All the undead are dead. The Death Masters groups are done. So there may be future adventures there. It's also the Seeker's Tower in Altamira. Same structure. All right. So that was just a quick sidebar story. Sorry. Tim, tell us about a either deity-based or worshiper-based. I know you gotta have a bunch of them where they just aren't rivalries occur or enemies become enemies, player characters.
Oh, player characters?
Or it could be NPC to player character too.
I forget her name. I have a Foltest cleric who is kind of, she thinks that the very extreme lawful neutral Foltians are heretics. She doesn't think that they're
she's lawful good, right?
She's lawful good, and she
like
finds that she thinks they're heretical, so she's always trying to promote the healing part of light, not the extreme part of light.
That is that's an undoing of Sergeant stuff. That's great. That's a great idea.
Because,
Party Tower, Fritz. You turn it into the new Tickling Feather, Fritz. Oh my God.
Yeah, but it may disappear.
Yeah.
The tower. You might find yourself, you're in the astral plane. A whole bunch of Githyankai want to come to party.
That's very true. Very true. Yeah. That's a great idea, though, to actually play lawful good Foltians that are trying to take the lawful neutral ones out.
And it's easy to do.
She's got evil ones. Evil.
Yeah. The Foltians it's a habit that the Foltians, the clerics and the worshippers have turned evil, so they demand they tempt the god to go Foltian more and more evil because he wants to cling on to his power. So I have experienced the opposite. It's not the god that makes the people evil, it's the other way around. The clerics and others are going with the times, so they are tempting the god, like, you keep us and go this way and give us all the powers. So
right, because he doesn't want to lose worshippers. So
exactly, he realized he can get more worshippers that way, and they are.
But if he went ahead and rewarded the good ones and only limited the evil ones, they would all start switching.
Yes, yeah, but it's also weird because you have the one in Dimri that used to be the original one that were more evil, and then all of a sudden now you have the Dimri ones and the pale ones are now.
Well, are they evil or are they just misunderstood?
Yes, it's the meaning we just have our principles, but you need to be tough to implement them, so to speak. So you need to
Dale,
but it's interesting. They now have the same morals, more the same morals on both sides. So
the true test of a lawful neutral, like I think deity, is when if the clerics are getting angry when they're doing their stuff, then they're lean and evil. You know what I mean? Lawful neutral should be like, this is the discipline, and maybe it's arbitrary, but it's like impassioned. It's just like, this is the rule. I'm sorry, but we have to cut your hand off. We're not mad at you. This is just how you learn. I'm sorry.
We have
what I mean? It's like,
there are rules.
There are rules that have to be followed. Sorry.
The thing about neutrals that's dangerous is that they'll fight good as much as they'll fight evil to preserve balance. So
that's maybe one way of looking at it, but yeah.
Well, no.
I look at neutral as self-interest.
Right. Jeff's right in a certain aspect, not in
neutral
war. But you're right.
But it's a Greyhawk tradition to express it that way. Yeah.
One of the things I love that Sargent did, and this is why once again, I'm writing shit for 5th edition now, so I shouldn't be bashing it, but I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going to. What the hell happened with Tritherian? Where did Tritherian go? Right.
Tritherian been disappeared decades ago.
Tritherian was running 3rd and then kind of disappeared in 4th and 5th, right?
Yeah, but it was only been marginal. This struggle for or kind of campaigning for freedom and liberties doesn't seem to go that well in D&D circles.
Remember, Stuart,
it's like I would see that he will be the obvious good god,
I
so
agree.
to speak.
Stuart
Freedom,
Herrick,
whatever, and Gygax didn't like him much. Sergeant didn't like him much. He's never been loved and cherished and developed. It's been like, what the heck should we do with these?
Well,
he
these
moved to
pesky
North
rebellions.
America.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Creighton Broadhurst wrote this in 3rd edition, and this is a 3rd edition class, the Knight of the Chase, which Bill the Master Crafter said, I want this as one of our knight classes. So that's our 4th knight subclass. It's awesome. This is an awesome article. Okay. But my point is that Sargent did some good things with Tritherian, and he said that the Tritherian people hate the lawful neutral Faultians as much as they hate IU's people, because they see them as being dumbasses because they won't take a side.
Well, if you're into freedom, you're not gonna like them and their whole lawful neutral thing.
Right.
It's the opposite.
Yeah, I can also see that a lot of rulers, regardless of general, have a problem with Tritherians because they are like left-wing extremists. They're like power to the people, not to the high and mighty, so to speak.
The monarchs.
They don't like monarchs, whether they are good or evil.
Probably
they're
more like libertarians.
Exactly. They're the ones saying that less government is good, so to speak, in a fantasy way, so to speak.
Nobody's telling me what to do.
Exactly. That I see them. They are the ones. So they do a lot of good things, but in some sense, meaning Belivor might not. In my campaign, he likes them now simply because they are political necessity. They're good to collaborate with because they are as against IUs as much as he is. So it's like wartime gets strength bedfellows, and that's where now I have both in Shieldlands and Forion, the Tritherian is now has like a revival and is now seen politically well, so to speak.
I agree, Anna. I agree. I love Tritherian. It's one of my favorite deities. We have a lot of Tritherian worshippers, in particular in our Narwhal games.
Yeah. But there's there's another deity that has also been neglected, and that is Rao, the deity of the Luna. But I have it that for another reason, meaning Tritherian and Cuthbert, I have them as they are deities for the people, so to speak. They are the everyman's deity. Yeah, but Rao, I have it. That's the deity for rulers and diplomats and others. These are meaning Rao clerics are the ones that whisper in the ears of the high and mighty how you should rule your kingdom or your realm with wisdom and foresight and be benevolent and so on and so forth. But so Rao is a very good deity, but it's not the deity the everyday citizen of a city or cities and towns. They don't really understand what Rao clerics do, so to speak. But the Cuthbertians are for the plebeians to keep a track of them. So yeah.
Rao has, if I recall, and Sam will tell me if I'm right or wrong. What does Rao have as a record in going through 2nd edition? Rao has something.
A record?
Crook?
Yes, a record.
Greatest hits.
Greatest what?
Highest
what?
Hit points?
Highest level specialty priest in the campaign.
Gotcha.
In
Free 20th.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
very few that can cast Resurrection.
Well, they have the Cleric Hasten is 20th level in various places.
And by the way, Mike, did you see the show for it was scrolling through. We're doing Clerks and Specialty Priests on. We'll follow this up on Wednesday night. Yes, Clerks and Specialty Priests of Greyhawk are this Wednesdays.
I drew up a College of Magic that was Faultian based.
Oh, okay.
So
interesting.
That adds a little extra, power struggle between their worship Faultus, but they try to get their magic to line up with a light. So
So did you? Here's another thing that came up, Tim. And Jeff will laugh at this. I had to explain. I've been doing a lot because we have all these new players, all these, and they're fantastic. All the new ladies that are playing. It's been a really wonderful time to DM. But I had to explain who the hell Pete and John was.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, but John was a necromancer, then became a special priest of
Bakum.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. Yeah.
So he's actually done pretty good with some of those
Yes.
very
Like
weird
nap and
spells.
idea and all those spells.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he,
But this,
he stays out of the way for fighting, but
yeah,
he's really smart. So, you know,
absolutely. But I just had that. It was like laughing all the way
he's
because I was like,
like,
whose
Yeah.
characters do you think they are? And they're guessing. They're guessing. I'm
they
like,
know,
no,
no
no,
one guessed
I
mine.
know. No, well, you're the ever mysterious. That's why you're the ever
That's
mysterious,
why I'm the
dude.
ever mysterious. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, although Pete and John, the name put together was stuff Jay would use. So, like, whenever he went to a town, he would be like, "Oh yeah, there's Pete and John's Ale House."
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's a
He just kept
franchise.
saying Pete and John's over and over again.
Should
Ah,
So I was like, you know
yeah.
what? I'm making brothers, Pete and John.
Yeah.
Yep.
An
And they
archer.
had a franchise in every town and
They
city.
do, and they
Uh-huh.
have the Teamsters,
Mm-hmm.
service, and
Yep.
they're at war, always available. Carter Coaching
That's
Company.
right. Pete
Thanks
and
to Eric
John's.
Money and crew,
Mm-hmm.
they're published source, and they're infiltrated by Iusians. It's perfect.
It is perfect.
It's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
They also though have is it a griffin? I think they have a griffin.
Yeah.
They have something that flies. So now they can do airmail for
Mm-hmm.
people that need something delivered fast.
It's perfect. All right.
Yeah.
So Jeff, you did tell us about your. And we won't go into arguing much about this, but you had a
Oh, here we go.
elemental god fight thing going on, right?
Yeah, Elder Elemental God and Lolth rivalry.
Oh yeah.
It's perfect.
Look at that.
Surface based though, right?
Yes.
Which is a lot
because
different than Underdark.
Yeah, so this is where, well, because if you go back to Temple of Elemental Evil, Lolth was mentioned in there like, hey, where'd you go?
Well,
that was on
Hamlet,
the surface.
And Hamlet.
What's up with that? I mean, that's not Underdark. Hamlet is lovely little Hamlet that everybody wants to just burn to the ground.
Maybe a concoction. Maybe a concoction that'll happen.
Maybe. But
oh God, Tim.
I basically was writing up a cosmic campaign about Lolth and Elder Elemental God basically playing a chess game, so to speak, between different forces, different heroes. One takes one out, the other one raises up somebody else, somebody steals this, somebody moves that, and the players fall into this dance, as it were. And I basically rewrote B1 with Rogan and Zeligar. And
cool.
Basically gave them a backstory where, well, it's cool until you find out what happens to them. But Rogan and Zeligar basically were getting recruited by Lolth, who was whispering to them through Rogan's girlfriend.
Nice. Well, that's always how it works.
And they kind of buy in, like, hey, because in Cascaton, there's that strange evil god that's like, what the hell's that doing there? It's like, all right, well, let's tie this into a purpose, and basically, they are starting to sync up and go to the north and start messing around with things. Or I'm sorry, no, they were Lolth's champions. He was grooming them, and she was sending them up to the north to mess with Iuz, who was basically a pawn of the Elder Elemental God.
Oh, interesting.
The backstory.
Okay.
Hughes keeps thinking like, this is my idea. It's like, sure it is. Sure it is. You are awesome. You are that talented. Everything just falls into your lap. Mary Sue. And it's like, no, you're just being played. Well, what happens is that they start making inroads and messing up the barbarian revolution. And so the Elder Elemental God has some minions out there, and he's like, all right, I got to mess with this. And Lolth the Elder Elemental God starts messing with the girlfriend, saying, it's dangerous out there. You could lose that hunk of a guy that you've got. Maybe you've done enough. Maybe you should talk with your boyfriend and kind of strike out on your own. Just saying. Accidents happen. Gets to her. And so it plays on the human frailty of desire and wanting to be safe, even though, you know, he's a hero. And so she convinces him to basically leave Zeligar, the wizard, at a crucial point. Well, doesn't go well for Zeligar. He runs away, and Lolth goes, "What the hell happened to my champions?" So then she, being petty, finds out what's going on, like somebody's messing with my folks, and finds them. Giaz's, I gave the girlfriend a name. I gave her the name Melissa. And Giaz's her and says, okay, I'm like, Rogan dies. She basically, Giaz enforces them, you're going to do my bidding and find me some new champions. And basically sends her undercover, as it were, as somebody else. And Lolth basically shows up as an avatar of herself, Lady Saressa Strandweaver. And she's like,
interesting.
And she's basically masquerading as an elf with Melissa as her handmaiden, and fakes that she's been kidnapped by these barbarians, who are the barbarians who basically were on the outs with Vatun, who befriended Melissa. And the party gets pulled in. I've got a rescue operation. I need your help. Please help me. And they go, go basically kill all the people, including Melissa, who, and basically Lolth's sitting there the entire time in the middle as a prisoner, letting them do her dirty work. And after they're all dead, she basically thanks the party and says, now I'm going to go to the Duke of Ten. I'm going to talk about some danger that's coming, which is being stirred up by the Elder Elemental God, by the Drow, in the steading of the Hill Giant Chief. And basically, stay put, because I'm going to put in a good word for you. And so the party unknowingly becomes agents of Lolth.
Next generation. There you go. Well, a little trickery. So I have
to ask you did the whole prisoner as the bad guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great.
But Jeff, I have to ask this question. You know, we always do it. And all right, was Melissa an ex-girlfriend?
No, absolutely not. No, I see what no, Melissa was not a person in my history. I've never had anybody
in my
life.
Side note.
It's a tragic figure.
Yes, Tim, what organization do I have where they're all exes?
I forget.
Oh. Come on,
Joy Luck Club.
The Amazons of the Crimson Moon.
The Amazons of the Crimson Moon.
No.
How many exes do you have, Jay?
Well, they weren't just mine. They were Walt's and all sorts of.
Okay.
Yeah. They're all exes of ours in the early 90s. Don't you remember that? No.
No.
That's conveniently
I saw some of the names.
suppressed.
If I saw some of the names, it might.
So that's a great one, Gary. Well, Gary, we're part one. I came an initiative away of flicking out Gianna's character Echidna's tongue. I lost in it. If I had one in it, it was gone. So that
Jay always lets me down.
Yeah, I let you down all the time. I'm disappointed.
Why am I the only one who gets the tongues?
Well, is it player characters that are getting their tongues ripped out?
For who? Me?
Yeah.
Well, you leave me no choice. It's like a challenge. It will be.
Challenge accepted.
So, but the mongrels don't really. I don't go deity with them because that organization's kind of messed up, right? So, like Tim, if you were to say, would there be a deity that the mongrels would worship?
There's some sort of, probably more like a tribal pantheon, but definitely necromantic. They're going to cast animate dead, so they got to have that linkage.
Shargras is an orc deity of the god of the underworld, right?
Yeah, but they're going to they might pick and choose or rename their own because they're not all the same. They're all mixed.
Right. Because orcs will breed with anything, so except for elves. Except for that special panacea, which they're still looking for to this day. And they will find it one day. Anyone travel with the Mythic Odysseys of Theros? It was a 5e crossover Magic Gathering. I liked the book. Bone, I'm sorry, I don't know anything about it. That sounds like Monty Cook's. Was it a Monty Cook Games thing? I think that's what it sounds like. because I know he wrote a lot of stuff. So, Bone, it could be that. All right. There are no dwarf orc hybrids either. Abomination. That's not true. That's not true. Now we have orc halfling in this
They're
game.
orfs.
Right. Yeah. Have you done a video on your campaign? Yeah, there's a lot on that. Oh, by the way.
No, they're dorks.
They're dorks, yeah.
They're
Well,
dorks.
in Dark Sun,
dwarf,
they're
dwarf.
human and dwarf hybrids are mules, right? Correct? 100% they're mules, right? And so, by the way, I need to announce this. I completely forgot about this, so I'll have to do my other meeting with Tiffany beforehand here. I am on Dan and Friends YouTube tomorrow night.
Awesome. Yeah, he has great.
At 9 o'clock.
Great.
It's all going to be a lot about the campaign.
Mhm.
I already told him I'm not talking about other conventions. I'm not going to give anyone any. I'm just going to whatever you want to know about my game, my campaign style, and all that. Boom, there it is tomorrow night at 9.
Okay. Great.
Yep. So, all right, give us some other examples of some rivalries or some damn out enemies, or even deity wise or not with deities. So but by the way, so we'll see. So you're going to see Mistress P, by the way, is the leader of this group of the mongrels, and they'll find out more about Mistress P, and everyone will get a good laugh on Thursday night. What questions from the audience or any other examples?
I think there should be a natural tension between any of the witch classes and any of the other straight cleric classes, because the clerics went to the proper education, and you got these witches that are these homebrewed, coven-based, hedge magic, weird stuff.
They're the ones who
around
just
the kitchen.
come up with the idea of the imposters who just serve and yeah.
Yeah. So there should always be some tension.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good ones out there. So Dale asked a question: rival adventuring groups always. I mean, we have William the Enforcer sitting right in the Salty Dog, always trying to get them. He tried to go on that adventure with them for the mongrels, right? We also have the Fighters of the Light, right, which are all the Fultus people that are that everyone hates. Those adventure. Yes, there are plenty of rival adventure groups. I also have special, and I haven't brought them out recently. Special adventuring parties that are called Fingers of Ayus. They're like his little fingers,
okay.
and they're all underhanded assassins, the equivalent of blackguards, anti-paladins,
journalists,
evil journalists, lawyers, yeah, the fingers
politicians.
There's a lot of it. Yeah, I love that's a great one, Dale. Having rival adventuring parties. Yeah, you got fingered by Ayush. There you go. Freddie got fingered. It was on my mind when I made that name up. That terrible movie.
Well, the fingers can do like PR campaigns against the party, and they show up and nobody likes them, or no one wants to help them, and or get them false intel so they go the wrong place.
By the way, Gary, you missed a couple adventures ago. Tiffany is playing Gemma Winchester, the third daughter of Duke Wilborn and Elaine Winchester. And she got approached to join the Seekers in Altamira. Now, the weird thing is that same big tower that we use is the same tower in the game. The tower that I used for because I don't have any like huge towers like that. But here's the weird thing that I've introduced. I don't know if I can find it that quick, but I think it's 118. I think it's 1184. 1184. Nope. 1183. I got to go through them. Damn it. 1183. 1182. So everyone except the Shadow Mages see the tower as. Here it is. Okay, I found the picture because I had to have multiple things up. Here's a little weird anomaly I've been playing in. All right, there's the secret. So there's the Seeker's Tower. Now it's not next to that tree. I just needed it it's in Altamira. That is in the same spot where the black tower with no windows is, which is no longer a black tower, right? A black basalt tower running up, no entrances, nothing, except the Shadow Mages see it.
Oh.
There. but everyone else sees the secret tower there. What's going on? You like that?
It should be knocked down.
Yes. And
Tim comes up with a stone-shaped spell.
Yeah, the seekers
Why would the Cavaliers allow that to stay?
Because it's gone beyond that now. It's now a city, and you can't just like go, I don't like you, get out.
Oh yes.
Well, you can, but
look at Tiffany. Also, Tim, don't be jealous. She said to you.
Jealous about what?
Oh, it's canon that Mitchell has his secret tattoo on his butt. Yeah, Mitchell Sharp, my priest of Jormy, the gnome. He acts a little crazy. He's actually a seeker too, and he was hiding it from the party. So a seeker tattoo is on his little backside there, and there we go. There's a symbol. Oh. So Gemma joined the Seekers.
You just can't trust all those shadow mages. You got to have them under control. So if they're not part of the apparatus of the city, then there's a problem.
Tim, it's long-term plot arcs, man.
I know.
Shadow mages. Yes, it'll be a fun long-term thing. What is going on? So, but they a couple of them got their first 4 stone in their brooch a couple of ventures ago in the Shadow Mages, and that -1 on all Shadow Mage saves targets take now. Pretty powerful. Yep. Seeking that tat. Yes, you got to have that tat, man. So
when they get the last stone, you become a shade.
Would I do that to them?
Yeah.
All those people.
Yes. I mean, shades.
It's pretty obvious what the connection is. What is everyone's theory on why they don't? Only the Shadow Mages would see that tower. It's in the same exact spot, but the Shadow Mages see a black tower there. Everyone else sees the secret tower there. What is it?
Well, there's an illusion over it.
Or there's a connection to what there?
Plane of shadow.
Plane of shadow.
Yes, yes, a shadow. Yes, there's a
shadow dimension.
Yes, exactly. Polyseed's got it too. Absolutely.
But you have to go around to the side opposite the sun where the shadow is.
So yes, shadow connection is there. Long term.
Problem.
Long term.
Oh, we could fix that up with a couple continued lights all the way around that thing.
We should talk sometime, Jay, about the Earth land stuff that I do with shadow magic.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. In fact,
that would play very well into that.
In fact, Anna, we should have another Earthland episode on Legends and Lore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jeff, what we'll do is I think
like Flan, Earthland. I mean, you talk about Flan back in history and.
Right, but Flan and Earthland because
Earthland are the
because
badasses.
a lot of the Earthland, yes. See, Dale says yes. A lot of Earthland speculation, right? Because
meaning, it's how you what is Earthland in your campaign? What do you do about it? And what do we know about from the sources, which are this much? Yeah.
So, Jeff, tell me a Wednesday night you're free, and we'll definitely do it. We'll do it, even if it's a week from this Wednesday. This Wednesday, we already set. Yeah, you let me know, and we'll do an Earthland discussion. Yeah, Earthland parts. I love the Earthland discussions because it's very
shadow masters.
Oh
yeah. It's a good one. See, everyone agrees in chat. All right, let's see here. 9:23. Anyone else with an idea for some strife? Some other instances of that. I can go. I got one I can go to, but I'd rather have you guys talk a little bit. So. Tim, you got a ton of them in your city-state game.
Well, the city-state game, yes. The city-state has a lot of them.
Yeah, so, man, the political intrigue there is so awesome.
There's a lot of them.
A lot. There's a lot.
And there's like, you have some of the kind of Odin and Thor temples there. And Temple of the Toad. It's like, what is that?
Yeah.
And they're all like,
well, what I
always struggling against each other, but it's considered bad form to like have religious fights, and they don't want to lose their tax exempt status. So
what I love about Tim's city-state game, which is just so much fun to play in, is there's so many shades of gray in it. right? There's one more shade of gray over another, you know. And my character adapted pretty well to being true lawful neutral in that. Or it's her code, right? Dervelia, 13th level Cavalier. She has to have her own code.
Yeah.
But there's always someone trying to get one over on you. It could be an ally. It could be, you know.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it could be.
People having
Oh, come on.
agendas, really?
Yeah.
A lot
Well,
of
the
agendas.
the lawful neutral cavalier sent down to retire the commander and said he's not allowed back.
Yeah. Well, I took care of him.
So,
In fact, I didn't kill him. Your daughter did.
hey.
Yeah, her pixie character did.
I
didn't do it.
As far as rivalries, there's one that I know of that I've written into the second adventure, which is off of it's another complete rewrite. It's
Is it in?
Beef.
Is it on DM's Guild?
Yeah.
All right. Link it in chat and I'll bring it up.
It's basically the players basically get caught in between a war. Let me pull up another window here. Hang on.
You may have given it to me and I may have
it's basically a war of the meadows. So you're traveling around this wilderness area, and there's two areas the players can go into that are meadows. One group is a bunch of sprites, and the other group is a bunch of quicklings, and they both look very similar, and each is telling the party, you got to listen, you got to help us with these other jerks over there because they're really messing things up. And
that's awesome.
You kind of hope to God that you pick the right one, but it's basically both are telling them the same story, and so it gets very interesting if they pick unwisely.
The pixies are the right ones, correct ones, right?
Sure.
Well,
quicklings are evil.
Well, that's a certain point of view. They just their agendas don't align well with everybody else's, but you know. And I took a tip off of Jay's. It's not so much a rivalry, but I played up a dragon as a very rare and scary thing. But that's one that's a rivalry. Let me pull up DM's Guild real quick. Can't multitask.
As you're doing that, by the way, Tiffany shot and got past her 50 followers now. She's at 56.
Nice.
Please keep on following her channel, please, so she can pump that up because she's going to be doing some content on it. She's on the stream team as well. So please do. There you go. If you haven't followed it, and there's her site for her books.
Oh wait, no, it's not on DM's Guild. It's not even out yet.
Nope,
I mixed them up. It's actually almost ready, but not quite.
Okay.
Well, if you have something that you want to put in Discord to me or Facebook Messenger, I'll risk it and then I'll bring it up. The show. I'll risk the stream because it's always you got great content. So
no, it's not anything.
So
yeah, I'll get it.
Anna's thinking about doing elven stuff down the road, right? For Celine.
Oh yeah, that's the plan for my next campaign. When I feel I'm tired and my players don't want to be in the Shieldlands anymore.
Yeah.
Hello.
What? Yep. So Anna, what are some of the challenges that the elves would face? As far as
they will face first, I want to train them off against the hoodlums of the empire, the Orcish Empire of the Pomarsh,
okay,
and stuff like that. So they will. My plan is to exactly to send them off into the Sus and down to the Pomarsh on training missions, so to speak. That's my early. That's the initial plan of it. I'm also thinking about sending them on a little take a peek at Temple of Elemental Evil to make sure that nothing is going on there, so to speak. So it's just one of these, like, check in on it once a month. The Elves of Selene sends a party there just to make sure that there is nothing serious going on, and that is something more like mid-level, or when they 5th, 6th, 7th level or something, maybe when they come up in level a bit, because that will be a cool way of introducing the temple and its surrounding nulb and stuff like that. So to whet their appetite and get them a bit more deep into it, and then maybe do a deeper raid into the orc lands, so to speak, the Pomarsh, to do some deeper stuff when they're like 10th level, and then I intend to send them to the Valley of the Mage. When they have proven their ability and their high level, they will go to the dim forest for some frontline duty, and then they will want to send them into the dim forest and first, and then from there up into the Valley of the Mage. Yeah, that's my idea. That's in
That's cool.
Big kind of ideas for an Elven campaign. Yep.
Jeff, I got it.
That one that I just
this
sent.
looks like an evil genius did this, dude. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what? Wow.
You talking about the plot chart?
Yeah, the plot. So
that's the deities basically showing how everything just kind of trickles down.
Yeah, let me bring this up here. It's really cool. Gabbin 4-3. Did I put it there? I'm trying to find where I put it now, and I saved it. Oh my god.
That sounds cool, Dennis. That sounds really cool. Yep.
Yeah, here it is. Threads of Fate. Okay. All right. Tell us what we got here, man.
So you're working your way from the top down.
Whoops.
You've got a cosmic.
Shit.
Oh my god!
How did that happen? It's what happens when you hit a wrong button.
Yep.
Back up. All right, there we go.
Top down, you got the Elder Elemental God versus Barry and Obed-Hai as the ultimate cosmic forces, and Lolth is kind of in the middle. And the long story short of it is, big reveal, is that this is it's a redemption arc for Lolth.
Okay.
And I'm working that out. But anyway, going down the list, you have the various agents. So you have the cosmic powers. You've got Rao, you've got St. Cuthbert, you've got others, and some of the nations that are basically getting pulled in and involved. And let me see if I can see it, because I'm looking at your screen instead of looking at what I sent you. There we go. That's a little easier for me to read. So Elder Elemental God, you've got Zugmoy, you've got Tharzadun, which I have my own take on. Tharzadun is he's really, just an avatar. And Zugmoy is pushing Zargon in the Lost City, trying to stir him up and get power. You've got Ayuz, who thinks he's, this is all my plan, it's all my idea, but it's not. So he's working on the barbarians, which is all coming against the 10.
Right.
Lolth's kind of in the middle playing like she usually does, which is, well, I'm going to see where my advantage is. That's her chaotic nature. And so it starts to pull in the 10, the Gamboge Forest, Nairon, the Theocracy of the Pale, because they're watching what's going on and going, do we really want to get involved in this yet, or do we want to wait for things to get better? Later down the road, you start getting into Eclavdra of House Elserv, and so what this does is it percolates down into the drow houses that are doing all this machinations. So this is pre-G1, like, well, how did we get to G1? What happened there? So this gets in behind the scenes with that. And the House Despana with Nedeline, who you see in G3, kind of, what's going on here? Something's not fitting right. It's playing those two Drowic factions against each other and how it all kind of comes down into the Giant series. But where it goes initially for the players is down on the right, you see Cascaton, Part 1.
Sorry.
So you start with In Search of the Unknown, or rather, what do they call it? B1.
Right.
B1, you're looking into the whole Rogan Zelagar, like, what happened to these guys? And you're getting caught in a literal web of gods fighting each other. You find out that it doesn't just stop there, that there's other problems in the Caverns of Chaos keep on the Borderlands, and that humanoids are being recruited. Once you clear that out, and there was a lot in that one that was like, oh yeah, I got to rewrite this because this makes no sense at all. You find out that there's some stuff going on that lead north, and that takes you to an abandoned and just decimated monastery of Zodal and Alator in the mountains. And you find out that these humanoids are being recruited both by missionaries from the Elder Elemental God, and that's where you bump into Lareth, who's being discipled by a guy named Varag Tool. But Lareth has been having some problems. He's getting whispers. He's getting doubts that, things should have been going better, and you're really the smarter one here. You should be calling the shots, and if you just had the right backing, you'd be somebody. This is like a year or so before he goes off to Hamlet to find his fortune, and the players inadvertently kind of drive him into Lolth's waiting arms to become this agent. So in the Hinterlands, that's a rewrite of Horror on the Hill. Complete rewrite. And you discover there's a hill giant commander. And as the party gets close, they hear this hill giant basically barking orders about, we've got to keep things moving. And I'm sick and tired of all this nonsense about this dragon that's out here, which is, I took a nod from Jay about dragons should be special. Dragons should make you crap yourself. It is not a trivial beast. So the hill giant named Tharnak the Oathbreaker takes probably about half of his forces out on a dragon hunt, because green dragons are a bit of a delicacy, and he leaves. But that leaves it open for the party to investigate and not get slaughtered. And there's basically the party goes in, discovers that they have been doing some magical stuff that ties into an Earthland crypt that the monastery was built on top of. And it has been transforming the minerals into this potent substance that can be activated like an explosive.
Oh, cool.
And there's a room with barrels full of it. They've been building this for months, and it's getting shipped somewhere. And so at the end of that, the party finishes up. They're ready to leave. Yay, we finished the adventure. And here comes the hill giant, who's heavily injured from killing the green dragon, he's dragging its carcass along, covered with acid from his breath. And there's a final boss fight. After that, you discover, okay, this is bad. Things are happening that we were not aware of, and information's traveling back and forth to the 10, like what's going on. We're hearing reports in the northeast. We're hearing of barbarians massing in the Thunder Passage. We're hearing some rumors about giants starting to poke their heads around. What the hell's going on up there? And that leads you to a lost city that you explore that's very very Lovecraftian.
Is it L1? That's is it the Lost City adventure?
That's the Lost City of Synodecia, but again rewritten because that just kind of felt like a zoo.
Right, got it.
So there's a theme behind it, and just as you kind of start to figure out, like, oh, the party starts to think that they've got this all figured out, that's when the giant war starts. And that's where you go through G1, 2, and 3, but I'm still debating whether I'm going to run it that way or I'm going to run it parallel.
Right.
And all of this trickles into Lolth basically pulling strings, the Elder Elemental God and his forces pulling strings, and the party's getting caught in the middle of this gigantic war for the surface that they've got to try and survive in. And that leads them deeper into things. And they find out by the time they get to the fire giants, they start to become aware of the drow. They become aware of problems with the drow, that it's not just a unified front. And they also find some other agents that are not part of that story. For example, this mystical alchemical powder, this thing that they're discovering that ties in with the Earthland. It uses shadow magic to potentize it. And this guy, this scientist, this alchemist, escapes, and he's a Dwergar, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Dwergar, it's fine.
Dwergar.
We all pronounce stuff wrong, Jeff. It's fine.
Hooked on phonics worked for me, and he actually worships Bokob, which is a problem for a lot of things. But you basically wind up chasing him through. So all of this comes down to eventually to Joe Block's awesome Q2 rewrite. And I've got to get some time with Joe, but I talked to him about it already, about some ideas. And so anyway, it's all this fallout between Lolth trying to kind of manipulate her way back into a position of higher power and authority, and manipulating the party initially, but eventually the party figures out, like, holy crap, we've been hoodwinked. And hopefully they decide not to play along and kind of survive. And ultimately, there is the possibility of banishing the Elder Elemental God using the Platinum Egg and all of the accoutrements within.
So think about this. Jeff's taken basically the shell of what was originally written and put his own spin on it from to create a story plot line, which is really cool.
And it will play a little bit into Ashes of Greyhawk. With the war will just go a little differently.
Yeah.
But when the giant war hits, big tracts of the 10 basically go up in flames, coupled with the fact that you've got the Stone Fists, you've got the Barbarians to the north, you've got Nairon getting involved because now they see this is the Theocracy of the Pale's going, this is a sign. We've got to, pursue our destiny to help these poor people understand the light and start getting involved. And it just turns the whole area into a bloodbath.
Well, I appreciate that sharing that, man. That was really cool. I've never done anything that detailed. That's amazing, the level of detail. Here's Malden's Sus Forest map for his campaign running through.
Wow.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
What is that on the left? Oh, it's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Get to fight one of those?
Yes, because we all know that John at Blue Box, when he was around, right, Tim, he hated dinosaurs.
Yeah.
He hated them, absolutely.
Send him to the Isle of
That was
Dread.
from March 1st.
Play with some Allosauruses.
So, as we start winding this down, what give us some thoughts here on maybe an idea here and there. Nice photo from there. I can hear Tom Hanks saying, "There's no crying in D&D." Well, yeah, I know. I love that. I love that picture. So, yeah. Give us some ideas on some other things you could suggest for the party. There it is. Great picture.
Oh God!
I always look. Gary said. And this is where I think we need a lot. I'm not telling you to do this. We need historical DMs. We need someone that's running the Knight Protectorates back when they were good guys. I would love to see a campaign like that being run. When the Knights Protectorate were out, hey, we're going to protect the and there's this Hextor. The Hextorians are the bad guys, and not pre-corruption era. Love to see that. That would be cool. That would be really neat. I don't know. Tim, how about what's in store in the city-state after the war?
Oh, well, you have to make your way back after handing stuff off, and of course, they're scheduling a triumph for your return. So
great! I'm going to have a ticker
all
tape
those
parade
generals.
for me.
You didn't without orders. All those generals have rounded up various conquered peoples to bring them back up so they can march into the city and do a big parade to show how awesome the overlord is. Of course, those armies aren't allowed towards the city-state. He has his own special guards that'll march him in, but
Yeah, and that's the same thing with the Romans. Never let the legions come into the city either.
Oh yes, he always keeps them busy.
Yeah.
So you'll hand over the command and make your way back up, and then you get to maybe you'll pull your chariot out and ride that up in the parade.
That I'd like to ride because I don't get to use that miniature enough. It took me 10 years to find that miniature.
Oh, I might have to. I have one that's in progress. I just haven't gotten back to painting in a long time, but
yeah, that'd be cool. Lots of great strife. I always like the issues that are coming about, and there's always something, always some kind of I'm not eating chipped scabs anymore.
You didn't want eat. You don't eat any more scab salad.
No more scabs
with this special sauce.
Jeff, that was so. Yeah, I did that to broker a peace. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Hopefully a lasting peace.
I hope so. I certainly hope so.
I have to jet right now.
All right, Tim. Thanks, man.
I will see you guys.
You got to root for the Mongrels on Thursday. If you don't root,
I will.
Yeah,
I will.
All right, sounds good. All right, we'll see you.
See ya.
Never Mysterious Tim, everyone. Woo! I saw him and Tiffany going back and forth in chat. That's kind of entertaining. That's really entertaining there. So I feel like a Politics Great Kingdom game would be sweet. That sounds good too, Dale. I love to see some other, and I'm not saying I'm the be all end all, but I love to see some historical games. I had a lot of fun doing the Hateful War stuff, and it led to taking some of those past characters and putting them in the future, right? Now with the 24-hour stream and me promising that I'm going to run at least a one shot with evil characters, I'm kind of tied up through the summer. So, you know what I mean? So with the cons and other stuff, I'd love to see some other people do some historical things. Be really cool. I think it would be a really neat direction. But Dale, yeah, that CY600 politics game, like trying to like North Province trying to recover parts of the Great Kingdom, Dale, or like are you just talking about like what's left of the protectorate that's in there, and they're like, you know what, we got to try and stop this before there's no hope. That'd be cool. Yeah. All right. Cool. Awesome. That'd be cool. Don't forget, everyone, exclamation point drawing. We got some great dragon dice and nice bag from Black Oak tonight. It's like $50 right here. So, Jeff, any other things out? Any other things you can think of as far as fun?
Yeah, I think deities and religion is really, I love them because it's in a fantasy, they kind of tie into the fantastic, and you can tie that into a lot of different themes, meaning you can have fae, you can have a lot of stuff that could be seen as religious in that sense, but it spans culture, big monsters, and all sorts of stuff, meaning you can have characters and others who worship like dragons, you can have them worship all sorts of stuff. So it can be kind of I have it in my games that there is like a sliding scale. I have the deities come on a power scale from 0 to 10. And so 0 is simply, that's the first step. You become immortal. You don't die from old age. That's like the first step towards it. And then so I wanted to figure out the nature of the divine in my campaign. So I kind of wrote down the rules for it. I published a little bit back on my Patreon blog a few basic ideas. I've kind of put that down. It's not mechanics that are used by characters directly, but it's the mechanics that a DM or GM uses in order to build a campaign. Meaning, if you want to go after an evil cult or an evil god in your area, what do you do and what consequences? And how could that affect if you start burning temples down? Do that have any effect, so to speak? And an evil deity's ability to recruit clerics, for instance, and stuff like that. Things like that. Mechanics on a campaign level, mechanics, so to speak. And how do deities go about to become more powerful? What do they need to do? And when they get more powerful, what kind of other cool stuff can they do, so to speak? So I try to build mechanics for that is part of its world building mechanics, so to speak. It's not the mechanics for character classes, but it ties into the fact that if you want to gain divine magic, so to speak, if you have a god this powerful, means that okay, that god can provide this for my character, so to speak. So it's on the margin, it kind of differs if you have a really powerful god or if you just have that deity around the corner or the old oak that people have worshipped for a few hundred years and is now starting to gain some awareness or whatever. So there's multiple things from the local little oak that, or the evil oak that they used to hang people in, and now they say it's a demonic oak or a devilish oak, and it has things or whatever. So meaning I try to put rules in for this. Or I would call that, it's probably the wrong way, guidelines for the DM in order to use them in the game, so to speak. That's probably the more appropriate way of saying it.
It's interesting too, because you're building a DM scaffold for going from things like demigods to godhood.
Yep.
Where it's beyond. Because I remember in Deities and Demigods, they did have demigods, like I think Hercules and like some of the other great heroes. They weren't just adventurer level heroes, but they were that one like semi-divine.
Yeah,
that
I have these quasi deities and hero gods and stuff like that, and then you have the supreme being at the top, and then you have the really powerful ones, like they're like a 7 and an 8 or 9, and those are like Asmodeus and others that rule whole planes and subplanes and stuff like that. And they are so, I have it that they are so powerful that they don't even have worshippers; they have gods who worship them, so to speak.
And that's, like like for other fun things, never underestimate the fact that the demonic and the devil realms are constantly competing with each other. And so while it's like, well, they're both evil, it's like, yeah, but one may set the other one up and the party could probably help them. It's like, oh, would we want to help evil? It's like, well, it's like I'm sure you're kind of playing arms dealer with the demonic realm in that one demon lord says, he embarrassed me at the party the other day and I want to take out some of his followers or stick it to him. And I'd sure be thankful if you all did that. You could get into some very interesting conflicts and like, wait, who are we? Are we the bad guys?
No, Jeff, you're dead on. So the way the son of Orcus started in my game was the people that were in the squatter camps and the less well-offs saw this as a false panacea. Come to us, Altamira people, they're snobs. They're not going to help you. You're stuck in that camp. Come, and then they all got turned into beastmen, right? So,
okay,
and that's why. So that was kind of the direction. The false prophet kind of deal happened there. They're Planescape Adventures as a plot. Yep. Sam. Yeah.
And you can also play off about sects.
Yeah.
Somebody decides that an established deity, they interpret it differently or in a heretical way, or maybe that's manipulation by somebody else to pull the faithful away. And so now all of a sudden you could be employed by the local clergy, like, hey, we need you to take care of some things for us because, they're threatening the livelihood of our god or creating problems.
Dennis, who wrote that? I'm interested to know about that. Who wrote that Harbinger House one? See, there's a lot of great. So this is what I like to see. Whenever we do the Earthland, I want to let's all of us, including Mike, think about in the past adventuring, because a lot of the early Earthland history was like, what could we do besides Vecna and the freaking halfling costs for Sam, right? Going at
I reject that. I reject that reality.
I'm just busting that. I'm just saying. Beyond that, there's got to be a lot of cool Earthland stories that could get told in adventuring. That would be neat. So maybe we come up with those ideas too in that discussion. So yeah. All right.
I posted a link to my post that I made about divine things. Divine creations and stuff. Maybe I need to edit the link. Hang on a second. I can put in. There's an edit at the end that probably works for you anyway. But that I put in there.
Right,
there you have it without the edit.
We're gonna have a double sound here for 1 second. Everyone, while I bring that up. Oh, maybe not. Okay.
Yeah, so there's 10 divine tiers. So 0 is saint, then you become like you're like that and then you go all the way a quasi deity, hero deity, minor demigod, major demigod, minor god, and so on, and then planar divinity and planar nobility, planar lords, the ruler of pantheons. That's like Corellian, Larethian, Asmodeus, and a few others, and supreme being. I have it that Thuriston is the only one that is up touching there. That's why they wanted to tear him down, because he was kind of up there. Yeah. And then there's also how they I think there was in there a little bit of and these are basic ideas. I've
sure.
Yeah, and then you have also a little bit of what they can do, and also there are two types of gods are made two different ways. One is that you have beings of various kinds that get so powerful that they simply get so worshipped or feared so much that they become more than mortals, so to speak. That's one way. They simply rise in power. They become the best of their kind and or the most feared of their kind, and so on and so forth. And then they rise up the ranks. That's one way to do it. But you can also worship like that oak, for instance. If you have enough people that worship a phenomena or something, then that thing can take on a life, so to speak, or becomes divine in that way. A forest can become divine, or a tree, or a mountain, or something like that. So phenomena in nature can become divine by worship, so to speak. So that's the other. So you have like ascending and emerging deities from that, and that they behave a little bit differently, and then they can take on, and then the more powerful they become, then they can have aspects, they can have multiple aspects, and they also get divine essences, so that means that they're really difficult to kill. Like a normal person, you can kill them or drain their soul away or whatever, but gods, they function differently, so they're mechanically very different, so you go after them more like a phenomena than a creature, so to speak. So
Cool.
so that is more like it's guidelines for DMs how to use deities in your game, so to speak, when if you want to use hawktails. That's the idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have anything in closing? Thanks for coming on, man.
Oh yeah. No, just working on a whole bunch of projects, getting excited for Concoction coming up in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. Yeah, less than 2 weeks.
What are the chances you're going to be here the Thursday night before?
I'm here all month.
All right, so in person here,
yeah.
Thursday night before, the night before,
Yeah.
Thursday. Yeah. Amanda and Jared will be here, and I'm going to play a game and live stream it, so with them in person. So just want to make sure. All right.
I can be available for anything you need, but
awesome.
I'll be in New Jersey all week, and
yeah, so that'll be in a week from Thursday. That'll be 28th.
Okay.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I have some more shout outs to do here
Sure, go for it.
before we end here. I put my Patreon in there just again. Easy Zoom update. I put a post in there with all the new links to my Easy Zoom maps there, because Easy Zoom, they changed their name. They're now a medical imaging company. But thankfully, their Easy Zoom service is still available. It's just that it's called PathoZoom. So I made sure that the images are there, and on the latest post on my Patreon blog, and I think it's already on my website.
Cool.
That one has the links to all the maps again, so you can use them just like before. It's just that the link is not Easy Zoom, it's PathoZoom instead.
Patho. P-A-T-H-O?
Yeah, patho. Yeah, like pathogens. Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. So PathoZoom. But the links are in that latest post. And I posted another one here. Also, Banner Volumes 3 is up too. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes, which is
it's
awesome.
there as well. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Banners are so cool.
Yep.
Alrighty, so this is what's going on, and then we'll do the giveaway, and we'll raid into Sparkle Mandy, and then we'll go. See you coming up Wednesday night as we kick the week off. Clerics and Specialty Priests of the Flannis. All right. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We did one a long time ago, but we'll have some new updates for it definitely. Myself, Mike, and Anna. That'll be on Wednesday. Thursday night, the finale of the Mongrels of the Putrid Tongue adventure. So we'll see how it goes, as Gianna's character almost got her Echidna almost got her tongue removed. Then in her form of a wyvern got way far away, and then half orc, half troll came out and almost beat her to death.
Wow.
So yes. On the mountains, so I'll have that back up on the terrain, and we'll finish that one. As you can see, I'm very I got the shield and the tongue tool on there because I'm very optimistic that I'm going to get one. So we'll see. And then just remember, please, if you are around tomorrow night, there we go. So DM and Friends, that's on YouTube.
Nice.
So it's DM. It's Angelo, right?
Mm-hmm. He's great to chat with. Yep.
We're going to talk my campaign. That's where the questions are going to come from. We're going to talk nuances, play style, all that. Won't go, like I said, I'm not going to talk about cons. I'll talk about Gary Con. That's it. But I'm not going to stay away from promoting other cons for the time being. But that's what's happening. So, and then there'll be a game on Saturday as well. Because the week after that will be because my wife's working Saturday morning for over Memorial Day weekend, so I got the free time definitely. So we'll do that. All right, exclamation point drawing to get in.
I throw out a quick shout out.
Of course, Jeff.
As well. I've got 2 seats left for Concoction. Not to follow up on that, but I've got 2 still open seats. And
for which
if you're
game?
interested, Web of Chaos. I haven't gotten any. That's Friday 7 to 11. So one shot.
Friday night.
Yep.
Same time as Tim's, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Saturday's still kind of up in the air about Starfleet battles. I've got one guy coming, so we'll probably do an exhibition game and finish early, so I might be able to catch up with y'all. And
what time is that game?
Oh, it's 10 to 6.
Okay.
It'll probably wind up because you know how quick a game of Starfleet battles is. It's like a marathon. It's like 6 hours for a friendly match.
Oh my gosh.
Probably do from 10 to 4.
I'm trying. Hey, it's not like I fudged dice roll there, Bone. I tried to get that tongue out. I tried. We'll see what happens. We'll have yes. I wish you had more. I wish you had the tournament because I would have loved to see it. But I'll still love to see the expedition.
We'll have some event with lots of ships blowing up, so it'll be good.
So I'm DMing in the morning, and then I have my game in the evening for my joust in the evening.
Right.
So I got some opening in between, so I may just come and hang a bit. It just depends. Yeah, it's for Saturday. So a concoction. All right, here we go. Let's do ready to do the giveaway here. Let's see who wins these dice.
Good luck,
and
everyone.
bag. All righty. Then I'm going to raid into Mandy, and we'll see you on Wednesday after that. Here we go. Well, see you tomorrow night on Angela's channel. It would help if I so dumbass me went to go raid out. So man, you can tell I'm tired. Sorry about that.
Need more caffeine.
Yeah. At this late at night. Yeah. Long day. Here we go. Giveaways. All right. Closing it out. Here comes the winner. Razkill. Deserved.
Hey.
Yes.
Nice.
DM's best friend. Razkill. You got the dragon dice. I think I have your name, Razkill. I think I have your name and address. Let me just check here quick. Please stay on so we can raid into Mandy with a huge number. That would be awesome. Do I have it? Do I have it? I'm scrolling up from the whispers. I got it. Paul. There you go. Don't worry about it being Canada. It's not a big deal. All right. Yeah. Yep. Gotcha. All right. Yep. Oh man, you support enough, so it's all good. All right. See you all, Jeff, Tim, Anna. Thanks. Great show. See you all Wednesday.
Thank you
for
for having us.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you everybody for watching.
Another
Yeah.
4-stream week coming up, so enjoy it and love you all, and we'll see you soon. Bye. We're at 10:01. Woo! Yay! And a work week coming. Yeah, it's really busy. That's okay.
It was funny this week. Somebody actually commented on the Duchy of 10 map that I had and said, "Where's the key that tells you what things are what?" And I went, "No." And I looked at it. I completely forgot to put it in.
You have to have a legend. Of course, you have to.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. See you soon. Have a good one.
See yous. Yeah, I couldn't believe that I missed that. And I said to the guy, I said, "Look, I apologize." I said, you get into a creative vibe and sometimes you forget the obvious stuff. So I said, "Look, I'll fix it." So this week I was like fixing it up and getting it pushed out.
That's funny.
Yep.
Dude,
Yep. That's
there's always something.